not just a ski resort.
Are we listening to science when we make these decisions?
Concerns about plans for a year-round development in the Rockies. Moving Calgary's homeless around the city.
There's a tremendous amount of crime and social disorder surrounding that area.
A proposal to decentralize the drop-in shelter. And clean, clear water.
Water is life, so it's probably the most important thing.
A First Nation rebuilds 4 years after a fire.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. Another Alberta ski resort is making plans to cater to tourists year-round. And the hope to increase development and visitors at Nakiska is generating concern. Mark Villani is live from our newsroom. So, Mark, what's being proposed? Why are some groups pushing back?
Well, Ian, this plan would transform Nakiska's ski area into a four-season destination, which would include 30 kilometers of new trails for mountain biking and another 3 kilometers of lift-serviced hiking. Now, the province says it's all about keeping up with growing tourism demand, but some conservation groups, they're raising red flags about what that could mean for wildlife as well as the surrounding landscape. Now, the plan calls for construction to begin this year, with new summer attractions opening in 2027. The resort would become Alberta's only mountain destination, offering lift-serviced mountain biking alongside a nearly 1 kilometer mountain coaster that's set to be designed to run year-round. Now, the expansion is all part of a broader push by the province to open up more recreation opportunities in the Rockies, as popular destinations like Banff and Lake Louise continue to see record crowds. But conservation groups say that more development could come at a cost, warning of increased human-wildlife conflicts and questioning whether enough information has been made public about the project's environmental impacts.
It will move, wildlife in the summer out of that particular area, and they're going to have to move. They'll move somewhere else, and that's always a concern. And is that being managed effectively? And are we listening to science when we make these decisions? And certainly would hope to see that happen.
Now, the province estimates converting the resort to a year-round model could generate about $4 billion in visitor spending over the next decade, and it could create up to 24,000 jobs. Now, the exact cost of this expansion and its approval still all up in the air. Resorts of the Canadian Rockies, which owns Nakiska, declined an interview today, but it does say an environmental assessment has been completed. That full report has not been made public, though, as an online engagement process now underway to gather feedback. Ian.
Mark, thanks very much. Danielle joins us now, and it's already begun. There's snow up here on broadcast. I didn't see any accumulating on the road yet, though.
The ground is so warm, so it's going to take some time for things to cool down enough for it to start accumulating. But because we're going to get so much, it'll be a little tricky out there on the roads, the highways. Wind and zero visibility in some spots at times. This is a look at the snowfall warning in place. Calgary, yes, is included in this. It goes down to Pincher Creek and Crowsnest Pass and off to the east as well. So Environment Canada and many models suggesting that up to 30, even 40 centimeters in any of this area in the white is possible in some localized spots. Most likely in Calgary, what we're looking at is anywhere from 10 to 20 centimeters tonight, and then another 5 to 10 tomorrow. So a good amount, absolutely. -1 is the temperature right now. When we look at the next 24 hours, so this is your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen, family-owned, community-driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. We're dealing with wind chill. In fact, tomorrow morning, a wind chill of -17 and a wind chill of -7 in the afternoon. The heaviest snow will be tonight through tomorrow morning, and it will start to let up in the afternoon. More details on this coming up, Ian.
Thanks, Danielle. And with that snowfall, the commute to work could be quite messy tomorrow morning, but the city says it's prepared.
While the snow is falling, it can be quite cold, so our crews can be out there putting down anti-icing materials like salt and brine on trouble spots like hills, bridge decks, intersections. And our message to Calgarians is very simple. Just be mindful of the conditions. It likely will be a slow commute after that snow.
City crews will focus on major routes such as Crowchild and Glenmore trails. Officials say visibility will be limited throughout the night and into the morning. Winter driving conditions will be in effect tomorrow as crews respond to clear any accumulation of snow. Calgary police are reaching out to the public to find a suspect after someone was assaulted in a local restaurant. This is the man police are looking for. They say someone was assaulted in the Ambar Saria Kitchen and Grill on Saddle Peace Manor Northeast shortly after noon on Monday, March 16th. The suspect was part of a group of 2 men and 2 women who sat near the victim in the restaurant. If you have any information, contact police or Crime Stoppers. Police are also trying to identify this man who's wanted for an arson in Bridlewood. It happened in the early morning hours of April 1st. Investigators say 2 people entered the backyard of a home on Bridlewood Avenue and deliberately set the garage on fire and tried to burn the house down too before running to a waiting vehicle. The Calgary Drop-In Centre is exploring a model that could spread out the shelter's services across several sites instead of all under one roof in the East Village. Jordan Canagan is near the centre with more. And Jordan, what could this mean for the shelter?
Well, Ian, it is early in this process to determine whether the current way the drop-in centre delivers services to the community is its best path forward, or whether a decentralized model away from this big building behind me is one that should be considered. But it is a plan and a possibility that is already getting support from both municipal and provincial governments. The drop-in centre says it's engaged in conversations with partners to determine how it can improve outcomes for the people it serves. For more than 2 decades, the DI has operated out of this large building behind me in the East Village. An average of about 650 people sleep in the shelter every night. That number, of course, climbs in the winter months, but the location and the concentration of hundreds of people has been the source of concern from residents and businesses for years.
There's a tremendous amount of crime and social disorder surrounding that area. We've invested billions into redeveloping East Village. Lots more to come. So again, that area having it decentralized, I think, will make people feel a lot safer and attract a lot more investment.
Now, the province says that it is fully supportive of the drop-in centre exploring this possibility, but the minister in charge adds that it will not be the Alberta government dictating where the drop-in centre should possibly relocate to. Now, there's no timeline on when any decision could be made, but the drop-in centre says that that decision will be made with data and community members in mind. Ian?
Thank you, Jordan. New images show what the inside of Scotia Place will look like once it's complete. New renderings show the indoor plaza. The year-round gathering space will be open to the public when it's not booked for ticketed or private events. Another image shows the outside of the flagship retail store. And the Esso Community Arena will have 1,000 seats and host recreational and minor hockey leagues. Scotia Place is scheduled to open in the fall of 2027. The leader of the Forever Canadian petition promoted his movement and its next steps in front of a packed house in Calgary today. Tim Brooke was at the Canadian Club of Calgary for the event and joins us with details. Tim, a lot of Calgarians are watching this closely.
Yes, Ian, you'll of course remember all the people out last summer collecting signatures for the Forever Canadian petition. People signed it who want Alberta to remain a part of Canada. Now, about 439,000 Albertans signed that petition, and today they talked about really the next steps, what could happen next now that it has been submitted. Former Deputy Premier Thomas Lukazik has led this Forever Canadian charge. He told a full room today he originally wanted our elected officials to deal with the separatist question without, as he puts it, going public and then tanking our economy. But Lukazik believes the Premier is purposely stalling his push to instead focus on Alberta's other separation petition. A referendum on that could happen as soon as October.
Everything's at stake. You know, people ask me, what do we have to lose? And we have to lose everything. So we're not only fighting a political battle over here, which it isn't. We're fighting actually an existential battle for the future of not only Alberta, but frankly, for the future of the rest of Canada.
Now, Lukazik told me today he's got about 1,600 Forever Canadian volunteers ready to go out, ready to start canvassing and spreading what he believes to be extremely accurate information about what Alberta separating from Canada could actually look like. Ian, he also joked, and of course it's hard to imagine summer right now, but he said, you know, this summer all of our viewers should expect to see a lot of bumper stickers and lawn signs really promoting his cause.
Thanks, Tim. Reservations open today for the Parks Canada shuttle bus in Lake Louise. Parks Canada says last year, 75% of vehicles trying to access Upper Lake Louise were turned away because the parking lot was full. It says the best way to access Lake Louise and Moraine Lake during the height of the tourist season is through its shuttle program. 40% of the seats for this summer's bookings were released today. The remaining 60% are released on a rolling basis at 8 a.m. 2 days before departure dates. A First Nation west of Calgary is rebuilding a key part of its infrastructure. Next, building a bigger, better water treatment plant 4 years after the old one was destroyed. And a recall for health reasons involving several items sold at 7-Eleven. Construction is finally underway for the new Eden Valley Water Treatment Plant on the Bearspaw First Nation. A groundbreaking ceremony was held this morning. In November of 2022, a fire destroyed the old plant, and the nation has relied on a temporary system while waiting for federal funding and insurance to go through. The new facility will be twice the size and built in the same place as the old one by the Highwood River. Those in the area are relieved to once again have access to clean, safe drinking water. It will also provide the much-needed capacity for business expansions, like a new gas bar on the highway.
Water is life, so it's probably the most important thing. With the growth in population, new houses, we'll be able to service all of these things without having to worry about where our water's coming from.
The new water treatment facility should be complete by fall of 2027. I was just talking about my favorite kind of snow, and that's the snow that melts as soon as it hits the ground.
Melts on contact. And a lot of it will do that because the ground is so warm. But then after enough snow, it'll just start building up while we're sleeping on the cars, on the grass, on the roads. So tomorrow will be treacherous in many spots. You can see the snow has already moved into the city. It's snowing in the city. You saw reporters out there already with snow falling on their heads. This is what we're looking at, and it will intensify through the evening, overnight, and for tomorrow morning in the city. -1 now, so we are starting to drop off. You can see those colder temperatures to the north, much warmer temperatures to the south, so that colder area is just filtering down. This is why, as we got the moisture, we were already at that freezing mark. It went right to snowfall pretty much. We had a little bit of rain in the city and then right to snow, but there's a lot of rain in the southeast corner because temperatures are so warm. And then we'll get the switch to snowfall for tonight. This is a look at wind gusts today. These will be the gusts tomorrow as well. That will be combined with the snow tonight and tomorrow. So you're looking at not just falling snow, you're looking at blowing snow and reduced visibility, almost blizzard-like conditions possible in some spots at times. So reduced visibility, cold temperatures, slippery roads. We're right back into winter weather for a day and a half here. All right, so there's that rainfall in the south end, and then in Calgary we're looking at the snowfall. So Calgary over through towards Canmore, down to Okotoks, it's a snow event right now. And then further to the south, Nanton is getting into that mixed precipitation, so is Vulcan. And then off to the east, where it's still warm enough, closer to Brooks, towards Medicine Hat, it's all rain. This is why this is hard to forecast snowfall totals, because yes, there's a lot of melting on contact with the ground, but also we're getting a lot of rain in many communities before that switch to snow. So it's when we drop to that freezing mark and that change happens. All right, as we go through the evening hours, it will intensify in Calgary and start to make it switch over to wet snow tonight, especially through the overnight hours for the far south. And then we're looking at consistently it remaining and spinning, the system spinning over us for much of tomorrow as well. It should clear out of Calgary in the afternoon hours, and then it'll take more time to clear out of the southeast corner. This is where we have the snowfall warnings in place in the white here. Pincher Creek, Crowsnest Pass, Claresholm, Calgary, Olds, Drumheller, towards Coronation as well. I want to show you the bullseye areas that most likely will see the highest amounts of snow. For Calgary specifically, anywhere from 20 to 30 centimeters of snow is possible. Some communities, though, will just see 15. When we look further to the south, though, Okotoks, High River, towards Strathmore, Brooks, and then up through towards Coronation and Hanna, these areas will likely see closer to that 30 centimeter mark. All right, combined with gusts around 40 kilometers per hour and a high of -3 tomorrow. Then we clear out Friday, still some cloud cover, but also some sunny breaks and 4 degrees. And look at your weekend. We're going to be rewarded for this. 9 for Saturday, 14 for Sunday. Ian?
A recall has been issued for 7-Eleven brand sandwiches, wraps, and subs. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency says the products may be contaminated with listeria. It includes 7-Eleven's Japanese-style egg salad sandwiches, pizza subs, Caesar wraps, and more. The affected products were distributed in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and BC and have best before dates from this past Sunday through to today. So far, no illnesses have been reported. Officials say food contaminated with listeria may not look or smell spoiled, but it can still make you sick. It's one part of the economy that's seeing strong growth. Just ahead, the boom in sales for used and refurbished furniture. Some record highs on the markets today. Joining me is Faisal Karmali, Portfolio Manager with the Popwich Karmali Advisory Group. And Faisal, the markets got quite a boost today.
What a boost overall, especially in the United States. Technology stocks taking off, causing the NASDAQ index to hit a record high. And that also made the S&P 500 another record high. In all this turmoil with what's happening in Iran and around the world, you think we would be a lot more volatile towards the downside, and that's not the case. Record highs on the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ.
Meantime, this is on the downside. Canada is losing business faster than it can create new ones.
Yeah, we've seen about a lot of these cases since the 1980s in Canada, where we've seen more businesses exit than new ones start up. But in the last couple of years specifically, we're seeing this as a big difference. And in fact, the Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses are calling this an entrepreneurial drought, where we're seeing multi-years of net negative businesses in the country. This is a big problem because it's these small, medium-sized businesses who hire majority of Canadians across the country. These are the ones who are paying corporate tax. These are the ones who are buying buildings and paying the property tax in the city as well. So if we're seeing a negative number come out, that can be a rippling effect around the economy. And that's something that the government needs to step into, become more business friendly to help businesses, to help employees, and to help our economy.
Something to think about. Thank you, Faisal.
Thanks for having me.
The chief economist for the Royal Bank of Canada says Alberta is dealing with tariffs imposed by the Trump administration better than any other province.
Alberta, our forecast gets revised up every single month for 2.5%, because much of what's going wrong in the rest of the country is going right in Alberta. There's population growth coming through, expanded capacity in energy, investment is growing, and it's the only province that's seeing population growth, net interprovincial migration into the province.
Frances Donald spoke to the Calgary Chamber of Commerce today. She said Alberta's economy is growing by 2.5% this year. In Ontario, economic growth is expected to be less than 1%. Donald also pointed out Canadian exports have remained stable, and Canada added more jobs per capita in the last year than the U.S. New national survey data from the nonprofit chain Restore shows rising costs are increasing interest in thrifted furniture and renovation materials. According to the survey, 83% of Albertans say thrifting makes economic sense given the current cost of living in Canada. Restore's North Calgary location has seen about 10% more customers this year than last year. Restores are open to the public and offer items to finish and furnish homes, from brand new excess supplies to secondhand furniture and refurbished appliances. The savings make a big impact for families and small businesses dealing with shrinking margins.
When it comes to cost of paint, you save, I would say, at least 40 to 80% of what you would be at retail cost. So for me, like, that's huge.
We also have staff here that are educated in different parts of the store as well. So they can come here and talk to contractors, talk to our staff, and then they can do their own DIY projects.
Aside from savings, thrifters also say they thrift here because it saves items from the landfill, and all the proceeds will help fund local Habitat for Humanity projects. The Calgary Drop-In Centre is contemplating a plan to offer its services across several sites. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. The homeless shelter's downtown location and the concentration of people has been a source of concern for years. A decentralized model is being explored to see if that will better serve the community. Coming up at 6, how the idea is being received by those who live nearby. Also ahead, plans are in the works to turn Nakiska into a year-round resort by offering mountain biking, a mountain coaster, and more hiking trails. Also ahead, what the Canadian Parks and Wilderness Society thinks of that plan. Ian.
Thank you, Tara. We've been warned, and the snow is already falling. Just ahead, Danielle will give us the bright side and tell us when it will warm up and the sunshine will come back. Okay, let's skip over the hard stuff and get straight to the weekend, which looks pretty good.
Yeah. Pretend we already shoveled this. Pretend we've moved on from this.
Never happened.
Never happened. I like how you're thinking. -1 currently. Today's high was 5, but that was really, really early in the morning. We're having wind chill in the -teens for tomorrow to kick off the day, and even in the afternoon, we have wind chill. Snow will be heaviest tonight through tomorrow morning and then start to taper off tomorrow afternoon. Oh yeah, we said not to talk about that. Okay, look at your weekend. Saturday and Sunday, 9 and 14, a whole lot of sunshine.
Thanks, Danielle. Mayor Jeremy Farkas has made good on a commitment he made to a CJ92 radio host over the recent water restrictions.
Thank you, Calgary, for being such amazing water heroes. Thank you, Tyler.
CJ's Tyler Middleton challenged Farkas to take a shower with him if Calgarians kept water use below 500 million litres a day for 7 days in a row while the Bearspaw feeder main was shut off. Well, Calgarians did it, and the mayor agreed to take the shower. Tyler wore swim trunks, and the mayor wore a full suit. The mayor had quite the giggle, and he thanks Calgarians for their water conservation efforts. Well, thanks for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.